welcome back, guys. This is the Sunday Dose. Welcome back. I miss you all. I have always missed you all. And yeah, we're back. It's been 2 weeks since our last show. But welcome back. Today, guys, is April 12th, 2015. And this is the Sunday Dose. My name is Obi1X2, your host today. And with me today, you guys know, we have, of course, Yogizilla, the man himself. We also have Gothic, and we have Renders. What's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Hey, Obi, doing pretty good. You know, things are pretty cool.
Good, good. Yogi, how you doing, man?
I am addicted.
You're addicted, yes. That's what happens when you do drugs that you're not supposed to. Like Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm is actually a drug. It is.
I fell back in love with the game all over again.
It's a
like
pretty freaking good game.
It's like having a high school sweetheart and then you marry a fat heifer who treats you like shit, and then you divorce and she takes all your shit and you're homeless, living out of a box for a little while. But then you run into your high school sweetheart and there's still a spark there. And next thing you know, you rekindle it and you have babies and your life is good and everything's
Salvage
awesome.
Salvation. GG.
Salvage Salvation. That's a good one, dude.
Oh gosh.
And mind you, the high school sweetheart still looks the same way she did back in high school.
Oh, so it seems to be a bit more personal. But hey, you never know. Here's the Storm, OP, guys.
And Renz, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, just playing some heroes, man. Just cranking out the ladder. Or Ranked Hero League, for those who already know the game.
Definitely.
Do you have any recommendations? Like, what are your top 3 characters that you would want to play?
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a minute. Oh,
okay.
We will get into that in a minute. But we do want to make sure we give big shout-outs to the one and only geekyantics.net and geekyantics.net again, just because they are the, it's the website. Yeah, I said it twice. But it's our website, guys. It's our network that we just, that Yogizilla has spent so much time on, and just he's the man. That's all I can say. So we do want to give big shout-outs to them. GLG, which stands for Good Looking Gamers. I have a part of that. And, of course, previous guests on this show, Thor DG, Pyro Insane, Locksmith, Goalie Man for the win, Link Wall, and, of course, Chat. We do want to give props to Chat because you guys are here every single week or every time we do the show, and it's just awesome to me. The biggest one, BFT 9000, no matter if he's at work or at home, or hell, he could be taking a poop. He's still watching us. Thanks, BFT.
Well,
You're the man.
To the show.
A little derailing on pooping aspect, but yeah, welcome, guys. Guys, like I said before in the past, the Sunday Dose is kind of moving into a roundtable type discussion show to where you guys, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you guys can come out whenever you want to. If we're talking about something that you guys like to talk about, please join us. It's something that, I'd rather get a whole bunch of people in here that have a few things to say than just 1 or 2 people in here that, that likes to talk the whole time, myself included. So it's, if you guys would like to join, please come and join. You guys can throw your 2 cents in worth. Or hell, if you got 5 cents worth, you guys can throw that in too. It's fine. Now.
Obi.
Yes.
Man with a plan.
Exactly. Now, the first question I have to everybody, and this goes for, it's not just in Blizzard. We had a little discussion last time we were on the show where I asked a question to everybody in Blizzard. Okay, now it is the whole world, okay? It doesn't have to be video games. It can be real life, okay? And Yogi's adding stuff to it. All right, I'll ask that one too. Sideboob versus Underboob. Yogi, go. Not in Blizzard, in life.
Under.
This as a whole?
Under.
Mm-hmm. Sideboob as in...
Didn't they ban...
The Underboob is kind of hot. Like, I remember I saw this... There was this one, animated GIF that I saw of, this girl, lifting her shirt up slowly, but it never shows the whole boob. But just the imagination that slowly the boob is, bouncing and about to, pop out of the tight shirt. And then it's, starts all over again. Oh, my gosh!
There's
Underboob
no
for
way to
life.
fake an underboob. Come on, yo.
Oh, so Yogi's an
God.
underboob guy, and this is real life now. Blizzard, if you talk about video games, I think Sideboob was the one that everybody liked. What about you, Gothic? Underboob or Sideboob?
100% underboob. I'm with Yogi. It's hard to fake the under, and even if they had surgery, man, you get to see the joinks. Whereas if it's side boob, it's like, hold on, let me stuff. Behold, my sacks.
Wow.
Renz,
Well, yeah,
how about
You're
you?
not
If you
supposed
look
to
at
see
it,
that.
television has been
Well-
getting crazier with the side boob. Like on sci-fi, they show like Lost Girl. They show a lot of side boob.
Yeah, to where they have that little piece that goes from her neck all the way down to her waist, but it just covers her nipple. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
so
like,
mean.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're not
I'll
I'll
sorry.
give it.
You're
I'll give it
welcome.
another thought.
BFT in chat says, so hard to choose. I'm not going to discriminate. All boobs are created equal. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
My argument is with a side boob, they can stuff that with socks, and you wouldn't be any the wiser unless you see a tube stop looking you in the face.
Well,
At
no,
least with
it's like
underboobs.
no, it's like when I say underboob or side boob, it's like I'll give you a like if you
Like,
see
lift and
The
separate.
viewing angle.
like
Viewing
under
angle.
like if you say like under ass or side ass, okay. Now listen, like if people are like you can see the bottom of their ass cheek, or would you rather see up their whole leg, like Trinde?
Under. At least when it's under, if there's something to behold, it's gonna be big and jiggly. If it's side, it's just gonna be like, look at me.
Yeah, but
Does
Trinde,
side boob
dude.
really
If you saw
jiggle?
Trinde though, come on, man.
Trinde.
Trinde.
Hey, I think
On
we should ride
Heroes.
the subway together, Obi. I think
Oh
I
my.
like the way you think.
Yeah,
We
she's
should ride the
good.
subway together.
I'm not riding the subway with you, freak.
Hey,
Hell no. I'm not riding with you. You scare me. Anyway,
terrified.
Renz, what about you, sir? Underboob or side boob?
Well, you know, I just like boobs, man. I just love them, and I'm gonna have to go with underboob because side boob is you get someone that's wearing a shirt that has cleavage. You're gonna see the side of their boob, so it's more natural. Underboob is a little more private, so it adds a little spice to it, you know. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with underboob. But,
Because he knows.
I
A
got-
man's hopes and dreams.
Well, and I'm gonna agree with BFT on this one. Whichever one I see first, I'm gonna like it. Okay.
That's a cop out.
If
All of
woman
the above.
if woman okay, no, hold on now. And I know my wife's probably listening to me right now, but there's like if I ever go to the gym, like when I go to the gym, okay, how's that? When I go to the gym, okay, there's no I mean I could be the only person in there doing my little workout, doing my 30-minute what's
Tummy
the
tuck.
no, what's the
Shake
what's
it.
what's the word for it? My 30-minute circuit to where you do a whole bunch of exercises in 30 minutes, so you don't have no cool down. You have like a little less cool down process.
Swallow.
But it's to the point where no matter what, women are always wearing a tank top and spandex or yoga
What about
pants.
the leotards?
Okay,
leotards?
hold on now. But there's never ever any underboob anywhere, like in real life. Okay, the only kind of boob that you ever do see, because women are not, they're a little less, I guess. They look at it a little bit different. Is the side boob, because it's only their side. It's just the side of their boob popping out of their tank top or whatever.
No, tit for tat.
Tit for tit. Yeah, exactly.
It's like you ain't gonna see no nipple.
No, it's not all. It's not about seeing nipple. It's about seeing, what's the possibility of this woman or this whoever doing something, and their boob fall out through the side of their shirt or their boob.
That's not gonna happen. But
It
if it's
does.
under
It
boob,
does
can
happen.
drop.
That's the thing.
It does.
It does happen. That's the thing. You
Misshapen
can't say it's
boob
never
is-
gonna happen because it happens.
I mean, under boob, it can drop, and it's just like, hey, look at me, I'm looking at you.
But yeah.
side boob, it's like, hold
That's
on,
the
let
thing.
me-
No, wait. Okay, and I'm gonna picture this. Okay.
Mission Impossible.
Okay, picture this. Mission Impossible. Picture this. Okay, a woman has a tank top on. Okay, and underneath the tank top, right at the bottom, you can see the bottom of her boob. Okay, now providing how tight that tank top or that, I want to say bathing suit top, how tight that is, you're never ever going to see a titty fall out from below because it's tight, it's holding it in. So you're going to see side boob more or even cleavage more than you would see under boob.
The tease is real.
So it's probably going to fall out easier if it's side or over than it will be if it's under.
I mean, you would have to right or left hook it for it to pop out, though, right?
Not necessarily. Not-
Wait, hold on, come here.
Hold on now. Okay, yeah, I got that. Wow.
I want to add something real quick though. This is a really good topic, Obi. Thanks for bringing it up. I think in Thailand they just banned underboob selfies. They're warning women that if you take an underboob selfie, you're going to jail.
Yes, it's not even fine. It's you're going to jail. I heard
Damn,
about
Dude,
that.
Wow. I mean,
Huh.
come on. How
Shows how much power it has.
Right. Well, and yeah, I heard
No,
about
really,
that.
I'll read this to you. If
Go
you
ahead,
want.
do it.
Seduce us with our
Thailand.
dreams.
Okay. Thailand military government has warned women against posting selfie photos of the left lower half of the breasts. The social media trend of posting pictures of cleavage has reportedly gone viral, but the government says it could violate the country's computer crime laws. Thailand 2007 Computer Crime Act bans any material said to cause damage to the country's security or cause public panic, or obscene computer data which is accessible to the public. That's what they said.
Okay, now read that law again, and we're gonna basically
We're
tear
gonna
this
kill
apart.
our boners and cry.
No. We're gonna tear this apart word for word, okay? And then we're gonna move on because we don't have a lot of time on this. So, read that law again.
Damage to the country's security or cause public panic.
Okay, right there.
Or obscene computer data which is accessible to the public.
Okay,
Yeah.
obscene. Define obscene. First of all, okay, what does it say? That doesn't want it to hurt the country's security, right? No boob in the right mind is gonna hurt somebody's security. First of all.
I don't know. I mean, if that nipple's pointy, that eye might go out.
Yeah, but that's just an eye. It's not a country's security. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not
Sounds
fucking
like
that
a
up.
bunch of bull crap.
What's the second one?
Well, obscene computer data which is accessible to the public.
Okay,
I mean, they want to control the internet. I mean,
So
They
they
don't
want
have
to
enough
they
money,
want to
but-
they want to basically in that country they want to control porn is what it is.
So
Right.
wait, they don't have
Yeah.
porn in that country?
No, if you get caught
some countries don't have porn at all.
if you get caught watching
Wow.
in a country like that, if you get caught watching porn, you can go to jail.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Thailand, but yeah, if they're banning underboob selfies, I mean, what the fuck? If you watch porn.
The thing is, hey, the
screwed.
thing is my grandpa, okay? He was in Thailand during some war, okay, back in the day, okay? And that's even today, that's what they do. Like prostitutes are all over the place. So if they're going to ban now, this is the funny part. If they're going to ban something off of the internet, okay, such as or even selfies, okay, yeah, I'm taking a selfie of myself, and I have a little bit. I'm in a really slutty shirt, and I have under boob, side boob, and over boob all in one. All I do is cover my nipples. I can go to jail for that. Come
It
on,
sounds
really?
like their security department doesn't really have anything to target.
It
so
sounds
they're
like their security department's all women.
Might be.
Okay.
Might be. You
Now,
never know.
and I'm not sexist.
That's
You
a
guys
pretty
know
big
me.
thing.
You
A
guys
lot
know
of
me.
Women are like that nowadays.
Right. Well, and I'm not sexist. I don't, I appreciate any good boob or like that. But it's to the point.
Hate them all.
It's to the point where if these laws are coming down, but the half the country has prostitutes all over it. Come on, dude. You can't really do that. I mean,
Well, if you
that's the
look at,
thing. It's like the House of Representatives for that country is all women.
Yeah, that's interesting. Holy crap. Have you heard about what happened with CNN and the banning that they did over in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
The distributor and everything, how like kids that are underage in anime can't drink alcohol. And
Yeah, in anime, because it's portraying a bad
Yeah, and anyone that's an underage character within anime isn't allowed to be within explicit scenes.
Yeah, it's like cartoons have the same laws that real life people have.
Yeah, so like they're capping a lot of that, and a lot of the organizations and a lot of the people that create the different kinds of anime reside in Japan. So like that puts a big capiche on a lot of their work too, which is rather interesting.
Well, if you think about it, and I done this research. Okay, it was a little while ago for another show, but with Japan, okay, and what was the word that you used? All the anime that they do, 22% of the anime that Oriental countries produce are hentai
Because it sells.
because because it sells. So now are you saying that it's going to be all of that profit, all that money is going to go away because they're not going to allow it in the country anymore?
Yeah, they are trying to put they're trying to cap on the kind of money that the different organizations that do all the different animations, they're limiting a lot of their sales. Like a good portion of their money comes from that explicit content. So when you take away that content,
But
you not only
those
crush
are the
that business.
distributors putting those caps though.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a nationwide thing. Like distributors have always had the right
The
to
artist
say,
can't do it. It's not just the distributors that are putting it on. The artists that are creating the content, they're not able to create the content anymore. And that takes away from sales. If you think about it, at the end of the day, the only real people that win and that are gonna actually benefit from it are the government. Any government that takes away power from the people, at the end of the day, if the people don't get anything, the government confiscates it.
yeah, that's the thing. And see that in both on both sides, it's a matter of slippery slope, right? Like for example, with the whole what Thailand's doing, that's a little extreme. But you know, you have people on Facebook that constantly push the envelope to see how much skin they get away showing, and it happens on Twitch all the time too. And I love when people say, "Oh, Twitch has policies that prohibit showing of cleavage and blah blah blah." Yeah, but people will push that envelope and see how long and how much they get away with. That's just the way it is, and
I
that
mean,
happens in any country in any medium. But
different countries, I mean, prostitution has always been one of the oldest forms of a job. And it's not just
It
women,
is.
men do
It
it
is.
too. And like, oh, Ren, were you saying something?
It is the oldest job ever
And the
created.
governments,
Prostitution.
just like
That's
we,
it.
yeah, governments, they're not able to really make money off it. Like, there is no real way to keep tabs on
Yeah,
what's
that's
gonna happen. And because the government loses money on that, they try to monopolize it so that down the road they can either create license or find a way to put a bigger capiche on people. Because,
well,
yeah.
that's a thought that I think you guys are thinking like capitalists, because America
yeah,
works. America just fucking works, The rest of the world wants to be America. Um,
well, America's starting to become like foreign countries. They took
right,
away
but
quite a few of our amendments, and they're trying to turn us into other countries,
okay,
like the
but
IRS.
you were saying the government wants to get in on the action, right? So what they can't get in on the action, they try to ban or
They try to make you legal.
bribe in some form. So what they did with legalizing weed was genius because if they did that
Amen,
with
sir.
prostitution, I mean, it's the revenue of legalizing weed for the U.S. government right now is fucking amazing. They don't even care about anything else. Like everything is going the
Well,
way
it's the
they
fact
thought
that
out to be.
it's the fact that they got that $30 billion for $30 trillion deficit that doesn't help them at all. To where
Well,
they have to
that's
say
been created.
Yeah.
to where they have to say, well, we really have no choice. We really don't want to legalize this, but we have to because of all the people that are gonna smoke it anyway. So why don't we get paid for it?
Well,
Exactly.
if you want to talk about that, that was literally our forefathers were talking about how we didn't want to deal with that, but because of obviously you have mafias and then you have corrupted government and greedy people that are within an anarchy of families, they set it up so that when our forefathers were talking about preventing it, with one of our forefathers dying saying he killed the bank, the private bank and the IRS, they set it up so that our country can go in debt for the sake of monopolization. They not only monopolize our state, but if you can control the United States, that means you can control other countries too, and other third world countries, regardless of government, because he who holds the power and monopolization of that power essentially has control. Doesn't matter if you have wisdom, doesn't matter if you have power, doesn't matter if you have money. What matters is control. They have control, therefore they can dictate how the world will work. And if you take that into the account of like the world order, they're going to limit the population. Like right now, there's two different areas. They discovered what was the cause of cancer, and they also discovered that AIDS and all these other different sicknesses are in fact manufactured. There's actual documentation that these things were created in the United States. And if you look
Whoa.
at like
Whoa,
It's getting deep right
whoa.
there.
The
food-
HIV. Wait. Hold on.
Let's talk about the universe.
The HIV virus, AIDS, was actually created, or actually the first case of the virus was in Africa. So
it was
Yeah.
manufactured.
No, man. Viruses
It was created.
No,
AIDS
no,
is
it was
real.
not created in
Viruses
here.
Die
are
every
real,
day
but
of
they
this.
found ways of experimenting, and if you look back, the government has always, and by government I mean private banks that say that they're governmental banks, but they're not. The IRS isn't a private bank. It says it's a government bank. It's not. It's private. They have been funding research with equipment and many different sources of technology that are 25 years or more into the future before we get it. They have all of these different discoveries. They say, oh, well, we the people created it. No, you didn't. They have people that are working on these things prior to you creating them. And to a small extent, about 4% of everything that we've created, yeah, we've created it. Well, at the end of the day, when you get a patent on it, and
Yeah, at
you
the
get
end
to
of
that
the day,
point,
we're all
if you don't
human,
get it
man.
patented, you don't get it anymore. The government gets to keep it. Because when you don't have it anymore, or you can't pay for it anymore, and it's already out there and it's an idea, the government collects it at the end, and they have control over the rights of what happens with it. Like, the day you're born, you're technically a slave. It's even on your birth certificate, which is kind of irritating. I mean, I could take this in so many routes, but I'm just gonna go back to why they're putting a squeeze on everything. If we allow for the different ingenuity and innovation of our people to create or process or sell different ordeals or different products or whatever, that money flows into the population, and that allows for more innovation, and that allows for things to progress. When things progress, they can get out of control, and as they get out of control, there are more problems. These problems are easy to deal with, but they want it so that they're problems that they can predict anywhere from 8 to 6 turns in advance. If unknown problems were to occur, people will become self-efficient to the point where they don't rely on the government, and they don't want that. If you look at people with off-grid living, these are actual people that have self-sustainable energy, renewable water, and renewable food. They don't rely on the government. What does that do? That takes away control from the government, putting the government within a hindrance. That's one of the reasons why they work so hard to put the country of the United States into such heavy debt, so that they can actually have control. They can dictate, even
Right.
so much to the point where it messes with our amendments that our forefathers set up, that they originally set up to prevent what they have.
All right, I'm gonna pull a something out of the hat that she said. This is going way too deep.
Okay, so let's go right back to the show.
I think I speak for everyone when I say that
You can
politics is something that people don't like to talk about.
you
It's
can
like,
no politics is not the issue, but you can what if everything to death, dude. You can say, well, what if
There's
this
actual
happens,
proof.
or what
Like,
if the
there's
yeah,
8
but
different ways to
it's
look into it and cross-reference.
but you said there's actual proof that AIDS came from the United States, and I know that's not true. That's
No.
fabricated truth.
I
It's
think
to
what
the
we
point
need,
where
There's actual
honestly, what
proof.
we
It's-
need is a AIDS simulator where you could go inside of the AIDS and then fight it from the inside, kind of like Plague Evolved, but
Like Goat
or
Simulator.
Or what's that?
Pandemic.
Or what's that game that you can actually you're actually you're actually a antibiotic, and you're actually in a chick, and you gotta kill all the shit that she's gotten from the night before.
That's
like,
too much work.
what game is that? There's a game. There's no. I've seen it streamed. There's a game like
Maybe
that.
on Adult Swim?
Oh, that's Hooker STD Tower Defense.
Yes.
Oh my
You're
gosh,
actually
that's a
you're
game.
actually a you're actually an antibiotic. You're a general. Okay.
No, the real name. There is a real name though. That's not what it is. That's what it should be called. That like STDTD.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Why is this one made-
RTSD.
No, but I think it's the
You
one you're
play
talking about.
RTSD going into the great unknown.
And the show's
I guess it
hashtag
was-
is TSD.
Oh my gosh.
C-3PO would be proud.
Right.
That'd be great. But no, I
Guys-
think the game you're talking about is called Defend Your Life. To be honest.
Okay. Well, we're gonna keep moving forward, guys, just because it's getting too serious here. Next question to you guys, and this is gonna be a quick one, so we can get right into the news. Best ass or best booty in Blizzard that you guys can see.
And Blizzard.
I'm
You
going
mean
first,
Heroes
and I'll
of the
go
Storm?
trendy. Blizzard in general.
I'm gonna say freaking
Trendy.
it has to be Nova and Heroes of the Storm, only because she has white and white makes that ass beautiful.
Yeah, but what about Trendy? She doesn't have anything on her ass, so when she's ready in the ready screen, you see you just see everything.
I like teasing, so I mean I like the fact that Nova has white and it actually like it shows what could be, so it leaves a lot to the imagination. But when it's right there and you see the
I'm gonna say
greatness,
Tyrande. Tyrande has the best ass.
she has a nice ass.
Yogi?
I go with Tyrion, like Obi said, just because
It's that side
If you-
view, bruh.
if you look at it, it's got like the little cliff thing going on, where
Oh
it's like
man,
the thick thighs go up, and then all of a
you
sudden
could bounce a
bonk.
quarter off that.
It's like it's like a freaking sharp turn, like wee. You know,
That-
Madeline SpongeBob
whole new
SquareBob,
whole new definition of baby got back or junk in the trunk, because you can actually see the trunk. Yeah.
Slap it with a piece of chicken and the chicken will bounce away like whoa.
Wow.
Oh man, you know, back in the day, I knew this girl from Spain, and
Oh, we're
and-
getting foreign Oriental? Uh-oh.
no. She and like, see, one time she just randomly like walked around on webcam in a thong, and I'm like, wow, you have a great behind. And
Did
she
she
had,
do
like,
the earthquake?
She had the perfect bubble butt. She said, I hate my ass. I wish it was flat, because I think flat booty look better than thongs. And I'm like, man,
Oh my gosh.
is this?
You're
is
like,
it different
you have
around
so
the
much to
world?
learn about your body. I know you a lot better than you do, and your ass looks great.
I'm just saying, like, is it different in different parts of the world where like flat booties are actually better? Like, I don't know about that. I don't want to live in that world.
Okay,
don't know, but-
before we get too sexist on the show and we get our female viewers and listeners yelling at us, we're gonna move on. So
Okay.
No, we're just saying. No, we're actually saying. You women might say it's fat. We think it's beautiful.
fat, pretty
Everybody
hot and
has a
tempting
type.
too. PHAT, baby.
That's
Everybody
empowering.
has a type. Some people like them small, other people like them large. If
Well-
you know, in fact, we have different interests, doesn't mean someone else isn't gonna have that kind of interest.
And basically the real thing is, guys, and you guys can either agree with me on this point or disagree with me on this point. The real issue is really how many people can actually push the issue, and how far is pushing it too far. Basically, it's basically a lot of, like with Twitch, and I'll give you an instance with Twitch right now. Twitch is having a problem with females putting themselves out there way too much. Like, they're actually banning female streamers that show too much or do too much. They're trying to make it just like they banned Geeky Antics for having non-gaming content. They're starting to ban women that overshow cleavage, that basically, instead of putting the camera on their face, they put their camera right on their boobs, and they make sure that their hair is out of the way exactly to where they can see. Even if their nipples are hard, you can see them. They're banning girls like
It
that.
sounds like certain people are there for content, and I mean, if that's their kind of content, then that's their kind of content. But
Yeah, but you got to remember
in reality,
too.
it's
You got to
gaming material, so if it's not gaming, I could see why they would want to ban it.
No,
But,
you
like,
gotta read
aren't
the
they
fine.
technically losing money.
You got to read the fine print in the policies for Twitch.
I
Okay,
haven't read those. I need to get
your
on that
stream,
then.
your stream. Okay, this is something that Yogi quoted a couple weeks ago. Your stream has to have gaming content, but as long as the content that is not gaming is not a greater part of your stream. Now, that can be taken?
All right.
That can be taken 6 different ways. A couple of the ways are
Kinky.
okay. How much how much is non-gaming content? I mean, like how long can you do it? Like for instance, Geeky Antics had a show on the network on Twitch every week religiously. Ironic. But it was my dad's talk show. Okay?
What are we gonna do if all the girls that show cleavage on Twitch get banned, dude? What are we gonna do every day of
If
our
that
lives?
happens, Twitch would go out of business because that is a primary moneymaker for them. Let's be honest.
It is. But it's to the point where they're trying to Twitch is trying to keep their company and their product like it has been, gaming content.
Nah, see, this is where I have to say though.
They're trying to desexualize it. That's not gonna end well for them.
What it is just like they do like any other business does. They have policies. They have, you know, it's like a country too that has laws in the books that they don't necessarily enforce. But once in a while they'll make an example of someone so to keep people behaving like, hey, you know, and it keeps people online because fear is better than actually having to, you know, have an administration and do all kinds of crazy operational stuff.
I mean, if they're selling their product, they're selling their Twitch for gaming content, and it's leaning away from gaming content to sexualized material.
But they're moving it away from gaming content. That's the funny thing. They've shut down Justin TV, you know, so they killed off a major portion of their ecosystem, rebranded as Twitch Interactive. They themselves stream non-gaming content. They themselves have had
Didn't Twitch have a lawsuit not too long ago?
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, they're fairly insulated because of Amazon. But the funny thing is, they'll allow people like they'll have people like streaming stuff like a fish tank or some guy playing the piano. That's not gaming content. The thing is, it's all just to scare people. Because I love when people say, to get a partner, you have to have this many viewers and this many followers. No, that's stuff they put on paper to cover their own ads. So then when you get denied, you can feel, or when you get suspended, you can feel like you were in the wrong. It's the same kind of.
Twitch is not going to be around very long if they're not going to make money. Because like EA screws over the people that they sell and market to. And the only reason that they're able to stay alive and afloat is because they're really, really good with money management. That does not seem to be one of the attributed characteristical traits that
they're
Twitch
really
has.
good. They're really good with suckering people in and making 20 games a year. That's what they do. They make 15 to 20 games a year that are incomplete. So they're pissing off, say, 1 million people buy a game. They're pissing off 10% of that, so 100,000 people, 900,000 people are still buying this game, so we don't care.
Exactly.
But
it
this
sounds
is
like Twitch doesn't have a similar marketing attributed type based system.
right, and I'm not bashing the women for this. Okay, I've watched streams before.
Go into it. We've already hit enough.
No,
move away from it.
We've gone into this before though. We have. Me and Yogi have gone into this several times before. But it's not bashing the women that are that we're talking about. I'm not. Hell no. I enjoy a female stream, just for the past. Especially there was one that I saw that she got banned, but there's one that I saw. She was literally a one of the chicks off Pornhub, and basically since Twitch has partnered with Pornhub, she said, okay, we're just gonna go over there and we're gonna play League of Legends, but we're gonna show all titty. Like she had like double Z's, bruh. I mean, like huge. And all she was covering was her nipples. And she was dumber than shit. She's like, oh my god, I died again in League of Legends. Oh my god. She was dumb. But she had 10,000 people on her stream just because of her tits. That's it. But what I'm saying,
if you look at the money, how many people realistically are going to get? How many people are realistically? Sorry, Ren. I apologize.
It's fine.
Yeah, go.
Okay. How many people are realistically going to get a Twitch subscription or build up enough of a base for them to get advertisers enough to where they would make money off somebody like that without jeopardizing themselves under law?
They're not.
Then
But I'm
by
saying,
them messing that up,
she came.
Twitch.
This person, there's more. There's a couple guys that have done it, but it's just the point that they came. They're partnered with Pornhub. The Twitch is partnered with them.
Why?
Okay, I don't know why. That's beyond me. But anyway, but she came directly from there. She had a subscription over there, like people could subscribe to her and support her that way, and that way they get like a.
No,
all
wait
this.
a minute. I thought Pornhub sponsored a League of Legends competitive team or something like that.
Maybe it was that, and Twitch bought into it.
Yeah. That's why they seem like they're in cahoots with each other. But yeah, like what happened with that is
Sex sells.
It does.
Yeah, there's
But-
little things going on like that.
But
yeah.
it's to the point where basically
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
me and Yogi and Geeky Antics and
I think
BFT
it's actually
and
YouPorn, actually.
and yeah, and it's a branch off of Pornhub, but still it's to the point where like people like us, like the normal people, the people that are actually trying to stream, trying to make a good go at it, Yogizilla with Geeky Antics, it would be awesome to get Geeky Antics freaking sub buttoned. We have people on here all the time. It would be beneficial for us and Twitch because we could just grow. Maybe we need grow a little bit more, but it would be help. But just because we don't have naked chicks on there every 5 days or every other day or every day and flaunting their tits just to make us big, we don't get shit.
Well,
But you
it
get
would
a
be
chick that comes
reasonable.
straight over. You get a chick that comes straight over from a different site, a porn site at that, and she goes, well, I have this, this, and this, and they checked all her numbers and gave her a sub button right then and there. And she hadn't done a day in her life on Twitch. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you have to take it from a logical point of view. Like, who benefits from whatever the atrocity or the different ordeals that are going to be transpiring, and what is the point? Like,
Right. Well,
you
I
have two different areas. Obviously, we don't know what the point is, and we don't even know who the audience is. But it appears that the audience is anybody.
Everyone has a
So
different
we don't know
point.
the point.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, because
trying
like it
to
might
get at,
benefit
like-
Twitch, but
Like-
it won't benefit us. But like, what's the point?
I understand why Twitch does what she. No, the last point. I understand why Twitch does what they do. Okay, why they give people sub buttons? That's who's going to make the most money at this time, right? I understand that. That's. But there needs to be something to where they set to a set ground of rules. They've already destroyed one channel where we could go and stream on it and do non-gaming content and everybody was fine. You can't do that anymore. So now we have to find something. We have to find, Google Hangouts or Google whatever to stream through, or straight to YouTube or just whatever. And it kills a lot of things that little guys are
This
doing and
hits
trying to
on-
be successful with.
This hits on what I was talking about before about control of the population and the masses, and how people will make progress when comfortable and left to their own exploits. And if we make too much progress, yeah, I mean, what it falls down to is they just want control, and they have to limit a lot of that control prior to it growing to proportionately to an extent to where we will go beyond the means of like our government and our different organizations. Because pretty soon, if you have like Twitch, which is supposed to be gaming streaming, eventually you'll have others that break off that hit into that area, and what they want is a monopolization. They don't want competition. When there's competition, then essentially there's money. And if there's a monopolization, there's literally a funnel of money, and regardless of the crude antics and the anomalies that will persist through having other people attempt, if they are in no point on par with what Twitch is, then they're just brushed off.
Right.
And I think what Twitch is trying to do is keep it so they can monopolize that. and they're trying their best not to go into a different market, which is like Pornhub, which obviously you know what they're about. So if Twitch can't stick to its gaming market, then all Twitch ends up becoming is a medium for other people to push forward. And there are already sites that are set up for streaming different kinds of content of that type, like arts or having a meeting, and yeah, like you said, Google Hangouts. So the originality and the monopolization of gaming streaming falls down to Twitch. We don't know how many other sites are streaming content for video games. So if you take that away, you already have people like YouTube, which are going to be there regardless because they're streaming content that you upload within videos. So if Twitch loses its ability to be known as the go-to site for gaming streaming, then I could see them not succeeding very much. Like, they're going to crumble, they're going to lose monopolization, and their business is going to fall. There's like no salvaging it.
Well, it's to the point where, and we need to get going on the rest of the show, but if they're going to ruin things, this is kind of like we put them in the same bracket as EA. They're going to just, they're kicking something to the curb that works. They're trying to fix something that's not broken.
No, they're not trying to fix anything. They're trying to keep it monopolized. If we realistically create a streaming site for the content that we have, like a newscast, that's going to create new business, but that also plays into government as well as laws.
Yeah,
and if
we're
you
not
try
gonna,
to do that,
we're
that's
not
going
gonna
to
get into that
create
much.
a lot of lawsuits and
Right.
a lot of problems because of Twitch and all these other different sites, and that's why it hasn't been done to the extent that I'm talking about.
Right.
Twitch has a monopoly with government to the point where it can be this big freaking asshole that's like breathing down your back. And until people become more acknowledging and understanding of loopholes within their contracts and their rights, there really is nothing that can be done about it. Someone has to be adamant about not liking Twitch enough to the point where they would want to create their own site, their own streaming content, and be able to get their own backers, which we know there are people out there that are willing to back that kind of interest.
Right.
And where would that leave Twitch? I mean, if you want to,
Well, it would give Twitch a little bit of a
wake up call.
A wake up call, and it would give them a little bit of competition. I mean, competition is good in every business. So, but guys,
But when you have a monopolization, you don't have that. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Guys, getting into the news, because we could talk about this all day long, and we would if we could. But we have a few things that we're going to hit on, and then we're going to get to our feature. GTA 5 for PC releases on Tuesday. This is 4/14/2015. Now, are you guys playing any of you guys playing this?
Me, nah. I'm pretty much strictly an online gamer. What about you, Ren?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
GTA 5 releasing
Oh, right.
on PC on Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't have any consoles right now. I'm all up for PC gaming as well. I really wish I could play GTA 4 on my PC. Is also a big frustration that I have. Not being able to play these new GTA games in my PC, you know.
Why?
Wait,
Having
Ren,
to buy
Obi
a
just
console
hold
or
on.
whatever, but no,
I think you missed the question.
Yeah, I missed it too. I didn't hear you saying it was released for PC.
Yeah.
You said the release.
I
of
can't
GTA
even
5.
play GTA 4, man. That's my big thing right there. I wish I could, but I can't.
Miscommunication, and yeah, GTA 4 requires like a really good computer.
No, the
I don't think it's released.
Well, they have it modded to the point where like you can actually play it on your computer, but it's kind of illegal.
GTA 4? I play it.
Yeah.
I have it on computer.
It's
Mute
really
your mic,
good.
please.
You gotta link me that, man.
Ren.
Well, before
Okay.
it was
Ask me again.
okay.
Ask me again. I'm so sorry, guys.
All right. Listen.
So much confusion.
Everybody listen. Rockstar is releasing GTA 5 on PC, and it is
Really?
released on Tuesday. Are any of you
wow.
playing this game?
Well, I will definitely look into it because I also need to get an upgrade to get these high end games in my computer. I think it'll probably be fucking. It'll blow my PC to hell, man. If I put GTA 5 here,
Right.
I think.
Um,
I'm gonna s-
go ahead.
I'm gonna say no, and I'm kind of tired. I'm mentally exhausted, so I'm just gonna be quiet from this point.
all,
I'm making
all his
so many mistakes. I'm
all his
tired.
no, dude, you're fine. There is no mistakes on here. Um, you talked enough for the whole stream in the first 20 minutes of talking about the government. Is what screwed you
I'm
over.
sorry.
Um,
My head's just.
basically, guys, this is what's happening. GTA. If you pre-ordered your GTA 5, I did on for PC. Before the 31st, you get to pre-download the game. Like, the game is already installed on my computer already. And they just have to turn it on, basically. You get to pre-install on the 7th, and if you did pre-order before the 31st, you get $1.2 million in-game money when you start. The good thing about that is, like, I can buy a house, I can do whatever I need to do right off the bat, and then do jobs. So, like, whoever's going to be in my crew, join the crew, guys. Go to Rockstar, look for Obi's Bandits, and you guys can join the crew. We're gonna make some money. We're gonna make some money. So, but what do you guys think about GTA 5? Do you think that? And this is for Yogi. Question for Yogi, I guess, for first. Do you think that the PC version, they're gonna handle the launch better or the same as when it was released on console?
Well, statistically, after you fuck up so many times, you have to do really well.
Right.
So, I mean, even though it's Rockstar, who's getting just as bad as, EA has with stuff, I'm going to give them a little credit. I think it's going to be a great launch. It's going to be the launch that the original launch on the PS3 and 360 should have been. Because I'm still have a bad taste after, 2 years now?
Right.
All the content they promised that's going to be free and, all this endless gameplay. You know what? And that's the thing that not even it wasn't even just a day one problem. Like, it wasn't a day one patch issue. For the first month or two, it still wasn't working.
Well, I
It was
think,
almost unplayable online.
and
I don't care about the fucking single player and fucking GTA. Fucking no, I want to play with my friends. I want to freaking drive a helicopter to my friend while he's driving his car that he just got. And like, just do stupid stuff like that. That's the whole point of GTA, just having trolling
right.
fun.
Well, and two, that my personal opinion, and from what I've seen, every console launch for GTA has been crap.
But GTA 4 was still playable initially. GTA 5, it was unplayable for what felt like forever.
Right.
So much so that I streamed it the moment I actually it's one of the I think that was the last game I pre-ordered, and I was so stoked about it. Got home to play it online, couldn't play it online. I was literally in a online queue for like 3 hours and couldn't find a match.
Right.
Then then Rockstar like, oops, MB, the online doesn't work.
JK.
Right.
JK.
Well,
BBQ.
and two, the one thing that I think PC has over console in this kind of, like, this game right here, especially, is the fact
mods.
that the mods are one, and the fact that I can download everything and make sure everything's working before the game even comes out. That's what I like. I like right now with PC you have to download the game. With console you get a disc. It's something till the console, the game's already out, and then they can only do updates on the network for whatever they're doing. What's up, Robbie? How you doing? But the PC is to the point where it's like they're downloading all the content that you can download, and then they're gonna release it a week later. But they want to make sure, like, if I can open up GTA 5 right now, and as long as it starts up perfectly, so when they unlock it, it starts up and it's going to do, then they do the little updates and what they need to do for that. My opinion, I think, if it goes like it did with GTA 4 for PC, I'm going to have a really good fucking day. There's mine.
Well, I loved all the GTA series. Wow, that was a big point here. Okay, I loved everything about GTA. Like, I'm an old school gamer. I love PS2, PS3. Not into the new consoles, but what the GTA games itself was revolutionary. Everything they released from now on, GTA 5, GTA 6, I'm gonna have a blast playing, no doubt about it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I will try to get it in every possible way I can. I mean, if I have to get a new PC, I will. But I want to play GTA 5 because the industry today makes online games. That's what they do, right? So playing GTA Online was always a blast. San Andreas, that was so good, so good.
Gothic?
And
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. That was it.
Oh, Gothic, what do you think, man?
I liked it when I played San Andreas and I could beat people with the purple dildo.
Oh yes.
I was one of those guys that would go around beating people for hours with the purple dildo and spawning
man.
jetpacks and just
Well,
yeah.
I have.
beat up a hooker, steal her car, and get money.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
I have been acquiring the whole GTA game, all the games on Steam. So eventually, we're gonna maybe even do a live stream to where we go play nothing but GTA games or something. For maybe a 24-hour live stream, we play GTA.
That would be awesome.
That's pretty cool.
But next one, guys, last one before we get into our feature, Magicka. You guys have been playing Magicka. The full release is scheduled for April 28th of this month. Yogi, I know you've been playing that quite a bit. What do you think about the game? Is game people that they really need to get?
And this is like their arena fighter.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it enough to tell you, but the original Magicka I love because it's what it does is that it takes 8 different elements represented by your QWER and your ASDF, and you use those keys, different combination of those keys to create spells. So some of you don't know what you're doing, so you're just spamming, huh?
Yeah, that's it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So you can Dance Revolution your spells into. That's awesome.
Yeah, and if you like hold like shift or space down as you type this thing, it changes the shape and or does a variation of the spell. For example, if you find a spell that creates a rock wall and you hold down shift, it'll create a rock dome around you. You know, there's little stuff like that. And so it's really fun.
Basically, you're an invoker that like in a team. Everyone's an invoker.
I was just thinking that.
love Dota.
Yeah, Dota 2 invoker.
You're an invoker that fights in a team in an arena. So if you have really good invoker skills, definitely play that game. Magicka is really fun. Not too hard to learn. Like it's pretty noob friendly, but it also has a lot of skill involved to play like 5 stacks. You pretty much have a lot of fun with your friends. That's I'd recommend it.
Dendy, that's all you, man. That's totally Dendy's alley.
Right. I'm writing something right here. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, basically, with me, I've not played it. I know Yogi's played it a little bit, and then there was a couple other people that were playing it. It seems like what is it exactly? I mean, is it like Brawlhalla or Smash Brothers or something like that?
I would compare it to like a Diablo type game. Like Magicka came up to like make fun of like dungeon crawlers, but then it took it like to the next level. So like the Magicka Wizard War. Like, you know what? If you ever get a chance, play Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, and then like play one of the customs. There's one called Wiz War or Arcane War, something like that. Like,
Oh, that's so awesome, so good.
you see, you know what I'm talking about. If you get to
Yeah.
play that, it's awesome. Like it's just like an arena where a bunch of wizards come in, you pick different spells, and you fight each other, and it's crazy. And one of the ways you win, other than killing someone through hit points, is throwing them off the stage.
Yes, it was really good. I played that for days, man. In LAN parties, wow. All
Oh,
night
dude,
playing
yeah.
Wizard Wars, definitely.
That's one of the things that we want to do, like bringing Warcraft 3 back, do like little game nights where we'll just do a little private, like open BattleNet thing and play some
That's
Warcraft
pretty
3
awesome.
customs. Yeah,
Definitely.
there's a lot of good mods on there, and a lot of the mods on there like inspired. You can clearly tell they inspired indie games
Heroes
because
of the Ancients, Dota. Yep.
yep, Dota started on Warcraft 3.
Defense of the Ancients.
Yep, yep, and
BFT says also think the magic system from Dragon Age Origins, but on crack, and that's all you do.
yeah,
Even
pretty
League of
much.
Legends was because of World of Warcraft, Defense of the Ancients, the classic map.
Yeah,
True.
there's a lot of history there. Like, matter of fact, a bunch of the people that worked on the Dota All Stars game on Warcraft 3 split off, do their own things, and that's kind of how it all went down.
Yeah, people think League of Legends was the first MOBA. No, Blizzard made the first MOBA.
Well, the Blizzard community did,
Blizzard, well,
arguably.
you know what I mean, but yeah.
And there's a lot of MOBAs on Warcraft 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Or there were. Not many people play that online anymore on there.
Unfortunately,
Sadly.
guys, we got about a half hour left of the show, and believe it or not.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, great show.
Yeah, and a half hour. So we're gonna get right into our feature, guys. The feature for today is Heroes of the Storm. Now we just went over this, 2 or 3 shows ago, but there's new stuff coming out, so we want to make sure that you guys get all the information that you guys could possibly get. So if you guys would like to, you guys can join us on the Battle.net website where we're kind of getting some of the information for this first part. I'll link it in chat for you guys. For you guys that are not in chat, you guys listen to the podcast, please, if you guys want to experience what's going on live, please come hang out with us. It's on twitch.tv/geekyantics. But for now, I want to get your guys' first impression. Yogi, I've heard your first impression, and I know you're, besides your wife, this is your love. In blue, of course. Gothic, what is your first impressions of Heroes of the Storm? Go.
It's finally an objective team-based game that, unlike a few other games like Strife, League of Legends, even though Strife is pretty basic, it's like when you want to, unwind and play like a MOBA that's not too intense, but yet has intense and has basic new MOBA friendly based relations with like new players to the MOBA scene. Heroes of the Storm has that with mechanics, and most importantly, it's to the point where like if you're on like Garden Terror or you're on like the mines, you have to completely not only change your team comp, but you also get to change the allocation of your skills, like your abilities. Like you might want to go for Blink over like a hardened shell on one map because you're going to be in the thick of it. Whereas like with League of Legends, it's very, oh man, my brain has stopped working. I can't go on. I had a point. I was getting to the point.
No. Just your first impressions is all I want right now.
First impressions, by far one of the best MOBAs I've played that gets away from aesthetic and hits more towards the gameplay.
Awesome.
Really good game.
Now Renz as another player, what are you seeing in the game?
I love Blizzard titles, so it's an awesome game for me. I won't lie. I'm pretty addicted to it. I'll play 10 hours straight. Well, not 10 hours because, yeah. But it's a really good game. I used to play Dota, and I can't be arsed anymore with 40-minute matches. So Heroes of the Storm is really dynamic and really straight to the point. When you make a mistake, you'll get punished for it. There's no way around it, and you have to work as a team. So I love it. I love the characters. I love the way it plays, the dynamics. Yeah, Blizzard did something right for once.
Hell yeah. You can like lose the entire game, but if you guys work together and you get the objectives, you can still come back. That is freaking awesome.
And welcome to the show, Lord Rakdos. What's your first impressions of Heroes of the Storm?
Finally a game where the supports can hold the line and aren't squish balls.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds fair to me.
That sounds, yeah.
For the fucking win.
Yogi, I know we've heard a lot. We've talked about this on several shows before, but your first impressions, sir.
Or of the competitive scene, or just
Just
Heroes
the
of the Storm
game
as
in
a whole?
general, man.
Well, I will, since I already talked about my general impressions, what I will say is that there's been a change in the alpha and the beta. So they've improved a lot of they've made the game a lot more intuitive. It's a constant sense of progression and having a very rewarding experience, right? And everyone is fully involved in the match. Like there's no dull moment. None of this, oh, I'm just gonna focus on last hitting or CS. It's very action packed. There's always something to do, always something to be paying attention for, always something that you communicate. It's very action packed, very fast paced. The only difference I see now, like all that stuff is getting better, but now that it's opening up the beta, and they call it a closed beta, but people can buy into it's not really a closed beta. You are starting to see like people that are coming from the old mindset, or like the League of Legends mindset, really, because that's the old mindset. It's like that new mindset, and they don't get what it is to like take objectives and how to create momentum, and recognizing those turning points and getting beyond the individualistic approach to it, where it's like KDA or I'm carrying a team, where there's none of that here, but people still try to see stuff as not there. It's like, oh well, I'm the one that's doing the most work. Like, well, no, you're not, because if you were, we'd be winning.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Everybody, the table's only as good as the strongest leg. So if all the legs are strong, that table's gonna hold its own.
Exactly. So, but yeah, it's a great game. I think it's taking the MOBA space where it really needs to be, for it to be something more accessible. Because the mainstream of League of Legends is, there's still people that I try to like get them to play it, and even though it's free and that should be a no-brainer, oh, it's a free game. What's there to think about? They'll look at it, or and they're like, and then they try it out. Then they're definitely like, ugh, that
Yeah.
community. Like their first experience after coming out of bot games is like, fuck you. And then they're like, all right, well, I'm done.
I have some controversy on that actually. I think what World of Warcraft, what they did with this MOBA, Heroes of the Storm, was what they originally wanted to do when they created the first one, Defense of the Ancients. But they didn't have the kind of like, I want to say, technology at the time, or they may have had
They really
a
didn't
few
have the
more,
characters either.
yeah, the late
Yeah.
to the party ordeals that they could implement. Like, if you look at how it is and how it turned out, if League of Legends was based off the system that that Storm of that Storm has, oh my god, I could see the community being much different for MOBAs just in general, because
Yeah.
you look at
Spoiler.
Heroes of the Storm and everything.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, you look at Heroes of the Storm way.
You look at how Heroes of the Storm is compared to all the other MOBAs.
Uh-huh.
All the other MOBAs have so many different mechanics that are individualized, and it's supposed to be centered around a team, but it's so heavily burdened with individual stats and attributes that if you have a tank that can't tank, obviously that's bad. But when you have a team that has specific roles and they're not able to do their roles and they're not able to do their jobs in general, you're just literally setting yourself up to make other people's lives horrible. Where with Heroes of the Storm, it's specifically set up mechanically to where you could lose but still have a genuinely good time and not get butthurt and push the blame onto other people for not following a set path, because no one wants to play a character and have to play in the same damn way and have an expectancy for that character every single time. And apparently, a lot of people want to force that onto others and have that set towards how you're supposed to play. And with Heroes of the Storm, with the different stats that you can get, the different abilities, you can still go the same path, but your job's going to be clear. Team fighting's obviously going to be the way you want it to be. And it's just a matter of everybody getting to that point to make it happen.
Right. Now, speaking of like your first impressions,
I think Blizzard went on a great transition with Warcraft 3 because they basically let people make their own custom games, and that's how Dota fucking got created, right? And all those MOBAs after them were just uh, a better version or a more developed version of Dota. League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, even Dota 2. Ice Frog created the map, which then led to an internet sensation that even Baz Hunter did a song about this sweetest DJ,
Yeah.
if you will. So yeah, I think Blizzard knew needed something great. So they said, hey, why not our fans? Why not the community? So,
Right. Speaking from our first impressions, and I'll start with Renz this time. Your first impressions with competitive play so far. How do you think the competitive league, even just the Hero League, and into we'll start with the Hero League, but into the team leagues. How's your Hero League going so far?
Well, my Hero League is so-so.
Your first impressions of it, I guess.
I would say 50-50 win rate, because most of the times it's just luck of getting a decent teammate, you know?
Right.
I think Hero League and Team League was specially made for 5 stacks, because if you have 1 or 2 guys that are a little bit synchronized with the team, you will straight up lose. If it is a high level game, or at least a little bit decent of higher ranks, I would say.
Or if it's the
Right.
mines.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, we'll get into the best and worst maps here in a second, but I think I have played a couple of it, and I think it's kind of like in don't bite my head off right away. It's kind of like League in a way. When you start ranked in League of Legends, you're starting with all the freaking retards, and unless you can carry, you're basically screwing yourself. Well, it's kind of like that, to where the point where if you just guys get through maybe the from to 40, to where you're going down the ladder or up the ladder per se, and you're getting into the people that actually want to rank up in their ladder system, then you're actually getting good teams and people do what they do.
Hold
Then it's all
on.
about objectives and when you can capitalize on those objectives and how fast can the whole team get to the boss in the mines or pick up the little camps. You know, what's your
I
team
wanna say
comp is
something.
and stuff like that. Go ahead. Your first
Speaking
impression on
from-
competitive play, too.
Speaking from a Diamond Elo perspective, I'm Diamond on League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Lower Elo is not about the people. It's literally about mechanically what you can do by yourself. Most people that play League of Legends hop into over 20, 30, even 40 games, and they get nothing from it. They literally just play casually with an attempt to be competitive. When you want to get higher in Elo, there's literally 3 things that you do. First one is you learn what your mistakes are. Like, what could you have done better?
So, what's your position in League of Legends?
My position is my brain. Literally, people want to be prideful. They want to be like, oh, I have natural talent, but they're not willing to put forth the time and energy to look into what they can do better themselves. Like, if you work on yourself better, you will climb ladder. A lot of high elo people know this.
Right.
I learned it. That's how I got to Diamond. Because when you play support, if you play carry, if you play jungle, ADC, anything, if you play it right and you play it well, you become such an asset to your team that you could even help them a little bit. Tell them, hey, look, you could do this differently. Like, there's a way to talk to them. They'll do it. I guarantee you, you'll win more than you lose. And the ranking, yeah, sure, you can sit down and think, oh, I'm going to win 30 games in a row. It doesn't work that way. You're going to lose. What you want to work towards is winning more than you lose. You're going to lose. It's just a fact of the game. You can't work well with everybody. But if you get on point by yourself and you tighten up, as they say, when you're playing sports, you will win more games than you lose. If you're winning like 6 games out of 10 games whenever you play, you're going up.
Right.
And
So,
when you hit that ladder, yeah.
Staying on topic here, what's your first impressions of competitive play with Heroes of the Storm Hero League?
Honestly, it's very new, and it is in beta. And without having such a huge pool, the limitations on the individual roles, like right now, Ragnar, Euler, as well as the Pixie Dragon,
Mhm.
like, still learning its name. If you don't have one of those supports for a map that would require a support,
Right wing.
that requires the person that picks like Lily or Furion to literally go a lot harder on and have more communication. There's
Right.
only 4 pings, and when it comes down to it, there's a mindset for each role that you should have. And it is, and Yogi said it to me the other day too. He's like, if you pick a support and you don't want to play that support, you're gonna suck. You're gonna freaking go push a lane by yourself, and it's like buying a car without tires.
Well,
And
I'll
I
get on
completely
there.
agree with that notion.
And I'll get on there with you guys and play some more Diablo.
Yeah, your
For you
Diablo is
guys.
really important. I like that.
Yogi, what about you, buddy? First impressions for competitive so far?
So it ties into what I said about the issues with between alpha and beta, which is to be expected. As you know, you're getting the League of Legends crew in there, so there's a in the beginning. I swear, I don't. It wasn't like it was a perfect world and everybody was giving you hugs and
It's
offering
gonna be
you
like
their
that with most
firstborn.
MOBAs. And then you
But
open it to the public, and then you floodgate it. It's just like, oh.
yeah, but I mean, I've been in a lot of like closed betas and alphas and whatnot, and there's always toxicity, right? Because it attracts a certain kind of element. But people that really
Competitive. People
embrace,
want to be better than others.
yeah, but people that basically with the alpha, people embrace the whole idea. Hey, it's a team-oriented game.
Mhm.
It's about teamwork, not about individualistic play.
Individual skills, so let me help my team and try to give them
Right.
some pointers. But
It's
some
like
people
that.
are still condescending when they do it, and that's the toxicity that they bring over from other MOBAs, or just their personality in general.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's the way the game is by design. But now I'm noticing a lot more like finger pointing, and it obviously
Well,
when the
I
stakes are
noticed
higher, the stakes are higher. Maybe they're more precious, so those people are saltier. But I'm starting to notice a lot more people that like just
toxic,
once
yeah.
one mistake happens, it's like,
And then they
oh,
all
you got
want
a
to blow up.
terrible. Mind you,
Exactly.
Right.
They're
Well,
very close-minded, and they don't realize that the reason why there's no all chat is because you're only supposed to talk to your team and help your team. You don't hurt your
Exactly.
team, because then you turn your teammate into another enemy, and you're already facing an enemy team. And
Right.
the game, you win off objectives and helping your team. So they're literally becoming so toxic and a liability to the team that they're intentionally throwing the game from their adequacy.
well,
It sucks.
from what I've seen in the competitive scene, the competitive play with Hero League is people are starting to play Hero League, and I've seen this, and I know you guys have too. But I've been seeing people that are playing Hero League that are nowhere near ready for Hero League. They just want to the rank system,
Yeah,
okay,
you
or
shouldn't
like
have to worry about
a
that. No.
yeah, no,
And
you
ranked?
shouldn't have to worry about it, but you have to because people are doing
No,
it
you
right
don't.
now.
No, you don't. The reason why you don't have to worry about that, Obi, and I'm not trying to undermine you or anything, but the reason why you don't have to worry about that is because you're able to queue with like 2 other people. As long as you have someone that can play a role and they played well, you can still come back because it's objective based. You have a tank that's your friend, that's a badass tank, and you're a carry and you could do damage. Why not just pick a carry that does AoE damage? Right now, in Heroes of the Storm, there are so many empty bubbles with potential characters. Me and Yogi were talking just earlier today about how we already know they're going to be coming out with a character that's going to res people, and how like it's going to be broken, and how like they'll probably have to have him come back with like 25% health or something, and how like you already know Ragnar with his super heal ulti is going to be like the second pick with that guy.
Well, you guys know Diablo's coming too, right? Not Diablo, but
Fail.
no, Cataclysm. The dragon.
The
Who's the boss in fucking WoW? Cataclysm.
Oh,
Deathwing.
Uh,
Deathwing's coming
definitely.
to Heroes.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah, it's just right now the game's suffering from lack of choices. And a lot of the choices.
the Terran,
Yeah,
the
that's the thing,
Terran,
though,
the Terran builder. In StarCraft 2.
Oh yeah.
He's
The
you know
No
SUV.
way.
the SEV, the guy with the cigar.
He's coming.
Yep, he's coming. He's coming.
So awesome.
There's a couple more. Yes, Deathwing is coming. BFT to Heroes. competitively, Lord Rakdos, let's hear about you. Have you been playing competitive matches yet?
I'm not up there yet. I'm still down in quick, but I've noticed some toxic down there too. Like I was playing this other day with a guy. I gotta admit, he had some skills. He was playing really good, but he just would not play with the rest of the team. He was just not dealing with anyone else. And whenever anyone else died, he's like, "Why'd you do that, you scrub?" And like, well, I wouldn't have you had been helping and not trying to force an entire lane by yourself.
Yeah, there's
People
two
people like
things:
that.
skills and then personality. And some are just
People
nasty
people like
personalities.
that will just sit in, and I have one from experience. There was a Zagra that was playing, and the only thing that he would do is he goes, "Well, I'm a siege, so I'm gonna stay down in the bottom lane and push." Well, it was a tribute map where we had the whole team needs to go get the tribute. He's like, "No, I'm pushing. I'm sieging, man. I'm sieging." I was like, "Do you realize if you just help us get the tribute, we can siege all the lanes at once because no ammo is spent on the other team?" He goes, "Oh, really?" And then once I told him that, he started helping with team fights. But it was just to the point where he's like, "Well, no, I play top lane League of Legends, so I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to stay by myself." No, you're not. No, you're
That's the
not.
thing. You
That's
gotta
the thing.
throw away lane assignments. That stringent, very like cookie cutter style of gameplay. It does not work here. It's very dynamic. You have to be nimble. You have to
Right.
make quick decisions and be coordinated. The other thing too
But
is
let me
that
finish my point first.
all right, I keep getting interrupted too. Damn it,
I know.
bastards! I just want to take 1 point before I forget it.
Yeah,
That's all
me
right.
too. That's what we keep saying though, guys, is with the League of Legends mindset. It's not about what you can do by yourself. It's not League of Legends. League of Legends, to get up in the ranks, you got to be able to have good mechanics, which in this game you need good mechanics, but it's team based. Like with what Gothic said before. I'm on a tank. I can tank like a motherfucker. Everybody knows it. Diablo is my main if I'm gonna run a tank, but he does no damage. So having the damage dealers right behind me, somebody to stun that guy with a second stun, so then I can flip him, or I can wait for my cooldown for my dash to come up and headbutt his ass and get him further away, so in the enemy team, so then we can just solo him out and kill him real fast. But there's just, as long as people are willing to help, if you say something to somebody and they go, "Fuck you, I'm not talking to you," just play your game, man. Let them die a couple times, run over their lane. They'll sit there and be like, "Why are you letting me die?" Because you're being stupid. Yogi, what was your point, dude?
No, like I said, the main thing is that this game is meant to be is built to foster a sense of self accountability. And I remember when I was first playing the alpha, everybody was like, "Oh my bad, that was a dumb play. Oh my bad,
Yeah, they were
I'm having an
accountable
off
for it.
day." But now it's like it's back to like the League of Legends way of things, like finger
Yeah, I
pointing.
jumped into a game recently where
Hold
the
on,
guy's
hold on.
literally,
Yogi. Wait. Yogi, finish your thing. Don't interrupt him.
No, that's basically it. It's just that's very important because that's the way the game is built to be. Like, so that you realize it's about what the team can do together. That no single player loses the game. It's
Right,
either the team works together or they don't, and that's it.
right. That Gothic, what were you saying?
Yeah, just the other day, I was playing as a support, and in the very, very beginning of the game, I was like, "Yo, you guys are awesome!" And this one guy who was playing Ragnar literally told the whole team to shut the F up, and whenever we would type and try to talk to each other, he would tell everybody to shut the fuck up. And it got to the point where at the very end,
Dude.
I was like, we won. We were like, "Yo, good game." And he literally said, "Everybody, I told you guys to, shut the fuck up." And I was like, "Wow, that is extremely bad." And
Damn.
to touch on what Obi was saying, if you can queue with 3 people, you can have those 3 roles taken care of, and then the other 2 can either fall into place or they can just bust. And as long as you have those 3 people, luckily, the game Heroes of the Storm, you can get them in a position where you can trap them. Like if you have a Diablo Fire, you have like the Witch Doctor AoE CC and then Janna's Burst or Illidan's Burst. You can get people, you can make them chase you because they will chase you into like a closed space, and then you can melt their fucking faces. It's glorious. They did it to me and Yogi the other day because the other day we're winning. We're kicking their ass. We're like, fuck yeah, we're winning. They got us right at the foot of their fucking base, where we can't go on the other side, because that's where their nexus is and all those towers and shit. That, and when we go in there, we know there's no way we're gonna be coming out. So they had us within an enclosed space, and they started picking us off one by one by one. And mind you, we have a tanky team. We have a Ragnar. We have a really good team, and they still did it. They did not waste a single fucking ulti. They killed everybody on our team, and then like once we're dead with death timers, all they did was like, okay, the enemy team's dead. We're pushing their nexus. They killed our nexus, and then one of our guys spawned right there, right as they're destroying the nexus, and it was beautifully bullshit. Because me and Yogi are
Great
looking
bush
at each other like,
hype.
how the hell did we lose this? I was like, dude, they got us at the base. He's like, oh shit.
Okay, we do want to wrap this up here soon, guys. So if I forgot, guys, we're just gonna ask questions, and you're just gonna give me a basic answer real quick. Why is Haunted Mines either the roughest or the worst map?
It's anti-siege. There is no siege. If you're gonna siege, you're either gonna have a golem, or you're gonna have the whole enemy team somewhere way away from you.
Okay.
And even then, you're never gonna be able to take the base quicker than having the golem.
Right.
Even a 15 or 10 golem could easily destroy like 1 to 2 things unattended. And golems are really, really important. And when they spawn, they res immediately where they die. So like you have to be on point. Where
Right.
like other golems, you have that time frame between getting into like the terror and then getting across the map. No, they spawn right where they die. So it's so time pinched that if you don't get the skulls and the enemy team gets like 100 skulls on their golem, there's absolutely no way you're gonna win, because the objective of the game is to get the skulls.
Okay.
And even if you win a team fight, the golem takes about 30 to 40 seconds to kill. That's outrageous.
All right. All right. You're the one that messaged me that you want to play. So quick answers. Yogi. Haunted Mines, roughest worst map. Why?
It's really simple. You spend way too much time in the mines and in the golem, and the rest of the map is pretty much there for decoration. And if your team's not well coordinated, it's unforgiving. It's the most unforgiving map, and it's the hardest one to bounce back from. But if you want a quick match, whether it's painful or not, that's the one to play.
Lord Rakdos, what about you?
It's team fight, team fight, team fight. If people aren't talking, everyone loses.
Perfect.
And if they can't agree,
Renders.
Renders. Okay, I think Haunted Mines is a pretty cool map, actually. It's really hard and unforgiving, as Yogi said, but I think you can come back in the late game if the enemy team slips.
And you get the golem skulls.
Easily, yeah. You need the skulls. Basically, that's it. In HOTS, you have to get the objectives. If you don't, you lose. It's not.
That's why
especially
our
about
wall is
team
overpowered on that.
Okay, next question.
I'll give. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll give you a quick example. Like I was playing a team comp with 2 healers and not a lot of DPS, and they were like, "Oh shit, we lose, right?" But we were dominating. We were dominating the game, but our first slip, we lost the game. But we were like 15-0 or something. It was because our team couldn't stay together or couldn't keep to the mines. I think one slip in Heroes, you lose. That's it.
Right.
If you don't have a way to deal with the extensional bullcrap of like DPS, because people that do DPS late game are just gonna eat you alive regardless of your level.
You have to read the map, You gotta read the map and act accordingly at all times.
Yep. Exactly. And
All right, next question is personal favorite map or most successful map. What do you guys think? Yogi?
Blackbeard. Yo ho ho, the battle of rum, bitches.
You know what? I can't think of the last time I've lost in Tomb of the Spider Queen, and I'm gonna probably jinx it, so I'm gonna knock on something. But
not even on wood, just something.
Just something. Just something. But,
all right.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite map. Not because we got most successful, but I think I just like the open design, and I think it's the one where it's clearest what to do as a team.
Right.
Yeah, I love the spiders,
Gothic.
but if I have to pick fun, it has to be Blackbeard. I love the fact of coins, and I love the fact that like you can actually have a specialist do their job. And when you team fight, there's so many awesome places to just run. Like I was ready to go away from a Nova, and I got into like this smoke area down where like the first chest is at the bottom, the one at the top right above like the towers and stuff. And I like, oh my god, it was awesome. I set up 2 turns, I was charging my laser, and I dropped down an AoE fire pit, and I like nuked the hell out of her, and I could not do that on any other map. It
Right.
was just the best.
What
And
about you?
I
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead. No, I'm done.
What, Renz, what about your personal favorite, most successful map?
I don't know which one is my best map. I haven't seen my statistics yet, but
Which one do you
I'd
like the
say-
best?
I'd say Blackbeard is one of them, and the spider one, the Spider Queen map. That's
Pretty
really well
badass.
designed, I think, and makes for really epic games sometimes. If you have patience, that's the and time. I mean, that's the best map there is. I've played like epic 40-minute games where we almost lost and just barely got their core. It was really fun.
Nice. I'm gonna go with Blackbeards just because I like that. I play Illidan a lot, and with his ult, I can disrupt coin turn in really easy. Bad for me. What about you, Lord Rectos?
Tomb of the Spider Queen. Doesn't matter what hero you pick, you can always find a role there. Whether it's sieging the towers, or guarding the egg, or laying waste to the minions to get the gems.
Nice. Next question. Let's see. Actually, there is not a next question. Yogi, why don't you tell them a little bit about the Geeky Antics Team League?
So yeah, we started the team league. A team for the Heroes of the Storm team league, which is a little different from Hero League. Hero League is basically individual ranking, but unlike League of Legends, you can have 5 people in the party and they're all individually ranking. You're not limited to a dual queue, which is really cool. Team League, however, is where you actually make pre-made teams, and you can have up to 8 people per team. It costs to get the team started. I already bought it. Got one started, official team for Geeky Antics, and our first recruit is Rendez.
Hi.
I'll be joining you guys soon.
You have to be you have to be level 40. So help us because the roster looks very sad and lonely right now. And what I can recommend, the stim pack. Sometimes when you buy a hero, it'll come with it. Or when you reach level 10, you also get a 1 week stim pack. But if you $4 for a stim pack, you almost triple your experience. So it's really worth it.
Wait, you get a stem pack when you buy a hero?
Sometimes you do.
Sylvanas.
Yeah, I bought Sylvanas and somehow I got like a 1 week stim pack. I was like, oh sweet.
Well, then you get a stim pack when you hit level 30, and then you get a stim pack when you. I think you get. I thought you got one. Originally, you got one when you hit level 40, but I don't think they do that anymore.
That sucks. Okay.
The one for
I'm
level
probably
40
gonna
is
buy one
for
then.
gold. Like you get bonus
Yeah, they give
gold.
you 2,000 gold now.
No, you just get 2,000 gold. Yeah, it was like you got a stem pack for a week for bonus gold, 150% or some shit like that.
Yeah, once I
That's
got my
awesome.
syntax, I hit all the heroes I needed and level 40 really fast. So I think it's a pretty good effort for getting level 30. I mean prize, right? It's a good prize. Blizzard did it right. I think the game plays out pretty naturally. Like if you like the game, you're gonna get good at it really fast because they give you out heroes and they give you out stim pack prizes at level 30, which makes for a really fast hero league if you actually put like maybe 2-3 hours a day. You'll get there really fast and have a lot of fun in ladder.
Nice.
So cool.
I think I'm gonna
Um,
buy one as soon as we're
now-
done with this talk.
We do have one more point, but I really want to make this point. I actually want to do this a talk about this point right here in 2 weeks on our next show. The way people are going to be basically people are stuck in stingent styles of gameplay. like as they're limited to doing one build. If they don't do this build, they're either gonna get yelled at so much, or you can't break the meta because you're gonna get yelled at. So that's gonna be then our next show. We're gonna talk get in depth with that. Team comps, lane assignments, but for Heroes of the Storm. So in 2 weeks we're gonna get back to this conversation, but for now, guys, we're gonna do some Steam, a few little features that we're gonna, and then we're gonna wrap up the show because we all want to play. So feature sales for Steam. Games are on sale, new games coming out on Steam. Basically, guys, if you guys, I was on Steam, but I'm not anymore. Yogi, do you have any of the feature sales right now in your back pocket there?
I do actually. With two games I found particularly interesting were Dungeon Mans, which is a turn-based dungeon crawler game, like very classic style, kind of RPG. I don't know. I guess you could call it like Gauntlet, but turn-based. It's neat if you like that retro style kind of thing. And then another one's called Terrain Saga KR17, I believe. I mean that one looks really neat. It's like a Mega Man type kind of game, platformer. Oh man, it reminds me of a game called Zexus, I think, on the NES. Very similar, where you're like this little mech and you got all these cool little weapons you can use.
Mm-hmm.
But I also noticed, we're talking about GTA 5. Well, the GTA 4 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas are $6 together right now, and that's for like the next 2 days or so. Well, actually, 38 hours to be exact. I'm looking at that right now. So, and like I
Right.
mentioned earlier, the Defend Your Life thing you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
with the figure thing you were talking about, that's only 99 cents right now. That's on sale. So if you like tower defense games, that's kind of a no-brainer. I mean,
Right. There are. Sorry, I'm looking at the features right now. There are a few more features on here. New on Steam. It's called, if you like the cheeky, the cheeky games, Goat Simulator and things like that. I Am Bread is out. It's new. You're a piece of bread, basically, and you have to do things.
Oh,
You have to
I played
move
that.
yourself. You have to either get buttered and jammed, or you have to get to the counter or get to the toaster, or whatever you have to do. And you have to
die if
walk.
you're on the floor.
Yeah, and you die
I
because the
played
floor is
that.
dirty. There's another one that's $2 right now. It's called Domestic Dog Simulator. It's funnier than shit. It's like 2D graph. It's like the 16-bit, 8-bit graphics, but it's so funny. You guys got to check that out. Another one that's actually on sale, if you guys like Plague Incorporated Evolved, is only $10 right now. It's about 33% off. You guys should check that out. And then the last one that I thought everybody would get a kick out of, Hero Generations. You guys know what that is?
yeah, that one looks cool too.
That's only $14 right now. It's one of those. It's that the 2D map move where you got to go and do certain things, and you age, and you guys go check that out on Steam. It's Hero Generations. I liked it because when I watched the video of it, I was like, I'm not gonna play this game ever. And then it actually goes into a side-scrolling to where some scenes are you have to run and you have to fight that way, and it's pretty cool. So. But for me, is there anything else on Steam that you guys thought that we should shout out to, tell people to get?
Not to get, but you had brought up, I believe, the whole Path of Exiles, the fourth scene. How there's open beta for it, and how people can sign up for it now.
I did not bring up that, but you just did. Explain a little bit.
Yes. Someone brought up that they're coming out with an Act 4. Like, there's a whole bunch of new features, like, you can actually put skill gems inside of the skill tree.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they have a whole bunch of different items and things like that. And Act 4 is going to be coming out, and they're going to be having it closed beta.
Cool.
Or closed alpha before they move it into beta.
Lord,
For Path of Exile.
nice. Lord Rakdos, do you have any thing on Steam that kind of caught your mind? I know, I'm 21 hours.
I got like 23 things on my wish list, so nothing in particular.
All right, Rendez.
I've been off Steam for a while because I kind of quit Dota, RIP. So I'm not sure. I'd say Goat Simulator just for the fun of it.
Goat Simulator is fun. I had to uninstall it because I didn't like it.
That
But,
game's awesome.
But guys, unfortunately, it's about that time. We're about time to end out, guys. But we do want to let you guys know that we are on YouTube. You guys can go check out if you guys did miss. If you guys listened to the podcast and you wanted to see chat or you wanted to see who's on or just the weird looking overlay that I have set up for the show, you guys can go check us out on YouTube, and that's at youtube.com/geeky antics. And of course, there'll be of course, twitch.tv/geeky antics as well, which is right here. But you guys, we're growing on YouTube really fast. If you guys want to go check out anything that we have all sorts of talk shows, we have gameplay, we have a lot of things on our YouTube page. Go give us a like, a fave, share, give us a comment. We love the comments and we really appreciate you guys. But here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with United Broadcasting Network and All Games Radio Network, it's a lot of networks all into one. We do want to appreciate all those guys, just because I'm not affiliated with those guys exactly, but our network is. So we do want to appreciate all those guys and all those shows. But if you guys want to check out any of the shows on any of those networks, you guys can do that at geekyantics.net/schedule. So far, for Geeky Antics, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, our biggest podcasting and streaming days. For now, if you guys would like to get into that, send Yogizilla some mail, Yogizilla at geekyantics.net. You guys can check that out. So big shout outs to of course everybody in chat. Fatal Blades, BFT, Lord Rakdos, Fifi Law is lurking in there, No Space Gray, everybody that was in chat tonight. Really appreciate you guys, and a special thanks to Yogizilla, Gothic, Lord Rakdos, and Rendez. Thank you guys for joining us, and I really hope you guys come back. Gothic, I really want you back next show so we can get more in depth on the heroes, like kind of like what people do if they're going to start a team or start a game with friends, what they need to look for.
Sure.
So, but if you guys want to get a hold of us, you guys can write mail at geekyantics.net, or you guys can leave us a voicemail 206-415-4987. One more time, 206-415-4987. And say hi. Leave us something interesting or tell us you hate us. We still want to hear about it. But for now, guys, that's our show. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. See ya.
Peace.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You guys are all nuts.
That's delicious.
I'm glad that we kicked it off after the wrong
We started having.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go get my card and my back, so I'll be back.